So this is going to be my first attempt at an unboxing video, so hopefully I don't screw this up. Give me 1 second. So this came out early part of this year. 4K Ultra HD remastered Bruce Lee, his original 4 movies. Well, original 3. Big Boss. Fist of Fury. Way of the Dragon. And then, of course, the horrible Game of Death. These are the original. These should be the original Fortune Star remasters that the Shout Select took to remaster for the 4K releases that they did. So initially when I looked online to try to find information about that box set, I kept pulling up reviews about this one, which I already own. This is a great box set, mostly for the documentaries and the book itself. Other than that, the movies are okay. Big Boss still looks the best out of all. Well, Game of Death looks good too. But yeah, this one is great if you just want the documentaries, the special features, and of course the book all about Bruce Lee and the making of each one of the movies, which is a great addition. This is the original. Stupid light came on. This is the DVD set, Bruce Lee: The Ultimate Collection, that originally Fortune Star put out, which is pretty good. You get Big Boss, Fist of Fury, Way of the Dragon, Game of Death, and then the god-awful Game of Death 2. And these are the Shout Select 4K remasters that came out last year. And they're not remastered as 4K Ultra HD, but the negatives supposedly have been scanned in at 4K and remastered back down to Blu-ray quality. And you've got the Big Boss, Fist of Fury, Way of the Dragon, and the Game of Death. And what's cool about the Game of Death release for the Shout Select is you get the international release, the Japanese release, and then the Hong Kong release, which is 10 minutes shorter than the international and Japanese. What is also cool is they have the switchable sleeves here. I switched them around. They actually have the original American release posters, but I switched them around because I like the Hong Kong release posters better. Now these, by Fortune Star, are the same, should be the same quality as the Shout Select ones. Now, you get each movie, but what's cool about these is, I'll try to focus on it, see if I can. And of course it's not. You'll have to forgive me. This is my first time trying this with my phone. I don't actually have a real camera to do this with. But I'll just inform you that because Bruce Lee spoke Cantonese and not Mandarin, those Shout Selects all have Mandarin 5.1 audio tracks. And everything from Fist of Fury to Game of Death has a 5.1 Cantonese track, while the Big Boss has a mono Cantonese track. But since Bruce Lee spoke Cantonese, those are the tracks you really want to watch to actually hear him speak, because those are the ones he overdubbed in Cantonese. Plus, you can hear that, you know, his great screams that he does when he's fighting. So because he speaks Cantonese, what Fortune Star did is all the tracks on these 4 movies are remastered. You get Cantonese is the first track to choose from, and they're all 7.1 Dolby Digital DTS, which is fantastic. And then, of course, they did the same with the Mandarin track. So let me open this up and show you what you get, because I've been waiting 2 weeks. I ordered this off Play Asia. I've been waiting 2 weeks for this bad boy to come in the mail. So now, out of the plastic wrap, you see this nice box set. What's cool about this is this writing here, and all this writing here, all this writing on top of the box set is embossed. So it's a really nice little box set here. So here we go. Here's the first one out of the box. So the box is actually closed. See? You have to open the top to get all the Blu-rays out, which is okay. It's not your normal box set where it slides out, you know, from the sides. You have to actually open the box. It's kind of a flimsy cardboard box, but does the trick. There we go. First movie, and I have to revise what I said earlier. I just noticed that if you look down here, see if I can get it to focus. It does not want to focus, so forgive me, boys and girls. I really suck at this, don't I? Okay, here's the deal. The Cantonese tracks are all in Dolby Digital. Actually, let me take that back. They're 7.1 DTS. HD mastered. All the Mandarin tracks on each one of these Blu-rays is 6.1 Dolby Digital. And you don't get the same amount of special features that you get off the South Select, but you do get some nice, you know, you just get a couple of interviews on each one of these. But the reason I wanted this, because these should be the original scans that South Select used to do them from Fortune Star. But what's cool is what I like about them is you get this nice little, look at this, nice picture of Bruce in there for the big boss. Next is, this is Fist of Fury. Get a nice, cool picture of there. I'm sure when I take, let me take this Blu-ray off. Kind of hard to do with one hand. Killer picture of Bruce getting ready to fight all the Japanese in the Japanese dojo. And then the back, of course. Another great Blu-ray set. Like I said, these are the original. These should be the original ones that Shout Factory used to do their new issues with, that they did last year and the early part of this year. But this box set came out around January of 2017. On to the next one, Way of the Dragon. And this is really cool inside. It's got Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee fighting in the Coliseum. Pretty killer. And this is the this is the first movie that Bruce Lee directed all the stunts and fighting for. And finally, last and least of all my favorite Bruce Lee's, Game of Death. Now what's interesting about this release, which I'm kind of shocked they did this, is Shout Select did the release where you get the international release and the Hong Kong release. Well, with this version that Fortune Star put out, it's only the international release. So I'm kind of shocked that they didn't remaster the Hong Kong release and put it out, because this is the 100-minute international release, and the Hong Kong Mandarin release is only 90 minutes. But you do get a killer another inside shot of the man himself. Nice close-up. Mr. Bruce Lee. So, I hope this helps you guys. When I was deciding whether or not I was going to buy this box set, give me 1 second. Alright, we are back. So, when I was initially going to buy this box set, I went online on YouTube to see if anyone had any, see if anyone had any videos of them opening this sucker, and I couldn't find one anywhere. So I'm putting this out there, and I'm sorry about the stupid light coming on my damn phone like a dumbass. But I'm putting this out there in case you guys decide this is a nice little set, nice embossing, some great Blu-rays. If you don't give a crap about all those extra bonus features that on the Shout Select, this is a great set to have. But I'd still buy the Shout Select Game of Death because of the 3 versions of the movie that you get. You get the international, you get the Japanese release, you get the Hong Kong release, and then you get the revisited, which is like the actual 39 minutes of footage that Bruce actually shot for Game of Death. They said they shot more than that, but it's actually 39 minutes of stuff that could actually be used that they never did, because they only used 11 minutes of the movie when Warner Brothers went back and tried to capitalize on his name like a bunch of dumbasses. But there you go. This is a great box set. I've got all versions now, I hope. And I am ready to watch some more Bruce Lee this weekend. All right, brothers and sisters and rock and rollers and Bruce Lee fanatics, I hope you like this. And one of these days I'll get a real camera and be able to do this instead of doing it on my phone. But till then, rock on.